Greetings, it is I, Dreadscape Gaming. How's everybody doing here? Today, on Twitch TV, we are going to be playing some more Diablo 4 today. I'm not going to be playing Dead by Daylight PTB because it just came out. A lot of people have been having a little bit of issues with the servers at the moment. On top of that, I'm kind of afraid that the servers are going to be a little bit too bogged down. Plus, I would like to get a little bit more practice with Jason because I've only played about maybe 5 custom matches so far. And I'm still kind of getting a feel for the killer. So I will be playing that on Twitch TV on Friday. I'll also be playing that on YouTube. I'm going to snooze this ad minute. I don't want you guys to watch that just yet. I'm also going to be playing it on Thursday on YouTube channel because tomorrow I have a collab, VTuber collab, with Zenitis RP. I believe that's how I pronounce the name correctly. I will double check that a little bit later on because I'm a little bit far stretched. Yeah, so Diablo 4 today is the objective. We're going to be doing more Whirlwind Barbarian. Something that I probably should get out of the way right away, Dread Knights, for those of you who don't particularly know, is there's a new cosmetic that came out. Because we all earned this. This was one of the events that happened. So now the Crown of Hatred, hopefully the Crown of Hatred, shows up here in a second for you. To click on it? Okay, so this is the Crown of Hatred. The Crown of Hatred is what we got for amassing a ridiculous amount of Paragon points. I think it was 266,66666 million points to be able to get this. It looks kind of cool, but it doesn't look as cool as the mask that I have on already concurrently for the Barbarian, so I'm not going to be using it. We are in Torment 7, Paragon 242. We're going to be upgrading glyphs today and trying to get Ancestral version of this, Ancestral version of this, Ancestral version of this. And anything that we can necessarily upgrade, we're going to try to upgrade today in today's stream. It's mostly going to be a chill day. I'm going to talk about a couple things. We'll have a fun, nice, peaceful day. As a reminder, always, please read chat rules before you do chat. Because as much as I love it and love everybody, last couple days, people have not been really obeying channel rules. Both on YouTube as well as Twitch. So it's not like one side fits all. The Relentless Heart. Yeah, I know a couple of those. Okay, let's get rid of those stuff. And junk it. Alright, that'll give us an upgrade. We're gonna continue our war plans. I was doing some off-stream content yesterday. And double check a minute, just want to make sure that we got good stream quality. We do. Okay, great. Great. Feel free to ask me questions during stream. I'm always more than welcome to do that. So we gotta do a Nightmare Dungeon. This is a Whirlwind Barbarian build. This is considered S tier, in the sense that it's like really incredibly powerful. The only thing really you need to do is upgrade your glyphs. Right now, we have, I think, all the way to Torment 9 unlocked. I, in theory, could probably even unlock Torment 10. Probably can't do Torment 12 just yet because I don't have the Ancestral gear pieces that I need to really be able to push the build a little bit further. So anything that's like Ancestral, we're ridiculously gonna be picking up today. Anything that's not like an Ancestral piece of gear, I don't really care for. Again, I said that I was going to set up the loot filters off of stream, and I did not have time because, again, I mentioned I was playing Dead by Daylight. I heard some news going on the VTuber spheres, if you follow, like, corporate stuff. Apparently, several of the JP members of Hollow Stars are leaving. They're decided that they no longer are going to continue activities. Obviously, people know Hollow Stars' Japanese branch has been downsized. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't like to see anybody basically have their livelihood get messed up, or, you know, things of that nature, have people basically lose their jobs or have to start again. It sucks, you know. I didn't watch a lot of JP Hollow Stars. I watched a little bit of EN Hollow Stars. My concern is that's probably going to eventually trickle down to the EN branch as well. You know, they say at the moment it's not, but there's been talents who in their streams who have kind of alluded to stuff, and so I don't think they're going to be around too long, much longer probably. And it kind of sucks because, you know, as a male VTuber, regardless of what, I don't ever view things as like competition between people. I'm not like that. I've never operated like that. So it kind of sucks that people are now going to have to lose their jobs, and it kind of sucks seeing kind of how the treatment of them was towards the very end. Obviously, we don't know a lot of the stuff that went happened behind the scenes, but it leaves me feeling a certain way about that place already. You know, it makes you really think about some stuff and raises questions, you know. because we have like Mech Park apparently that's going to be a thing, and I can't help but feel like a lot of the funding that could have been used to continue to help Hollow Stars and kind of really make them grow went there. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just theorizing like anybody else would. Another thing that was really sad to me in particular is that somebody that I pretty much look up to, Sameko Sava, had some news that unfortunately leaked. I won't talk about that because that's her stuff to talk about, but if you're part of the members thing, you probably already know the news and it sucks, so I wish them the very best and well wishes. Hopefully they can recover in the not too distant future. Alright, with that being said though, so it's been a rough week for people who are like VTuber fans, I guess. Even though I don't really consider myself a fan at this point, considering I do this, just like anybody else. So I kind of, consider most people, even though I don't particularly work with them, kind of like colleagues in a way. That's how I've always kind of viewed this. So it's kind of like unfortunate to see all that type of news hit. It sucks. So it's rough if you're a VTuber fan this week, which I apologize for. Even though I don't have anything to do with it, I still can sympathize for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are sad over various different things, and they're in their own right. Some of this stuff, like with the Hollow Stars thing, I'm more annoyed over it because it just feels like they're just pushing them to the side. But who knows, Could it have been turned around? I don't even know. And that's not even my place necessarily to speculate. Let's see. We can go up that way. But it does, like, suck to see our male VTubers being, like, getting that type of treatment. But hey, the plus side is I'm expecting that we're going to see a lot of new indie male VTubers coming in the not too distant future, people tend to reincarnate, and it's, So I would say for all those creators that are, going to be leaving from JP Hollow Stars, we'll probably meet again at some point, VTubers, a lot of VTubers tend to reincarnate. It's never usually over. It's very rare that you have people that just say they don't want to do this anymore. And the thing about it too, like, I've been doing this 6 years, right? So like, in the 6 years, I myself have gotten tired at points. I've gotten jaded like anybody else. But you just kind of like, eventually you get like the itch to do it again. Like I took a break for a while and then I came back obviously in the middle of August, because obviously in September is when I got the brand new computers, and a lot of the reasons why I wasn't like streaming for a while, particularly on Twitch TV as well, even though I started back up on YouTube first, is the fact that my computer was messed up for a while. So I had to get a brand new gaming laptop, because that's what I use, because I'm always on the go and stuff. And that cost, quite a bit of a penny. But now I have a RTX 5060. I'm able to run a lot of newer games. I'm able to run things a little bit more smooth. I'm able to run a lot of models more smooth. I'm able to work on projects and not have like a lot of issues. I'm always terrible at doing these things because I don't know where we're supposed to be going to be able to really get like attunement, as it's called. Because this is like a game mechanic that came out way after I really had played. Like, this is my first season back in a while. I haven't played since season 10. I did mention this on the previous stream. I think we're gonna have to fight a nerd boss. Well, we did not bad. We got to threat level 4 before the boss came out. It's pretty impressive. I don't think this is really gonna drop us any mythics anyway. I am playing it on Torment 7 difficulty at the moment. We could probably bump it up to 8 if we need to. Okay, good. I don't see really too many things I can do here. It was pretty bad loot. Well, let's get back to doing the Nightmare Dungeon, shall we, Dread Knights? So that was why I haven't been on Twitch in a while. On top of that, like, I was doing Twitch under a different name for a bit on here, and then I decided I just wanted to kind of go back to doing things as Dread and Dreadscape Gaming, because most people that know me, either through Dead by Daylight or various different things, know me as Dread, right? So it only kind of makes sense. But I suspect in the not too distant future, we'll see new indie VTubers that will sound very familiar again. And when that happens, just everybody, welcome people back with open arms. It's never really truly over. Even me, who has said in the past, like, I'm done and I'm out. And I kind of kept going, and, now I'm doing stuff with Psycho Studios, too. So, Is this an actual... This is an event area. I don't want to get an event area. I want to actually get this nightmare dungeon over and done with, but it feels like... You know, this is one of those nightmare dungeons. I don't like the layout of it necessarily. This is the maggot lair, which is a reference to Diablo 2. Look over this way. No, could it be up that way? Because it's not, like... It might be there, or it could be potentially there. I'm thinking it's most likely that way. Always important to check the map, Dreadknights. You never know. Alright, so I'm not gonna go for the portal because we already did it. That's what that crown icon shows. We're just gonna kind of push over this way and see if that area that was a little bit grayed out, if there's something else we can do there, and finish off this nightmare dungeon. This is not, like, obviously a very efficient run. Not all of them are gonna be perfect. Sometimes... That's life for you, right? Life is not 100% perfect, ever. Let's see here. We're gonna go down this way. We're gonna go over this way. Yep. It was exactly as I had projected. I was just tucked away here. Sometimes when you're not looking at the minimap, and you're just, like, really engrossed in the action, you don't see stuff. But even then, that area wasn't the place to go to, either. Alright, so maybe it's down further around here? Has to be. Has to be that area. No, it's not. What in the blue blazes? What in tarnation is going on? Kind of hate this nightmare dungeon right now. It must be this way instead. What is with this dungeon, Dreadknights? It's a completely weird layout. I'm about to crash out. Why is it like this? This might be arguably one of the worst dungeons that we've had in quite a bit. Okay, good. Let's take those out. Gonna go through here. We'll fight the boss. Man, all that just to fight a boss, so we're probably going to take out a couple seconds. Yep. Get wrecked, nerd. Conviction. Let's get the pants. Alright, there's the boots. There's something else there. I'm just going to pick up the decent loot. We'll get the Mori. Could get the axe hand here. We'll get the boss trophies. Ideally, I'm more interested in anything that's a ruined word. And that's something that's white. Everything else is just kind of useless because it's like just junk. We're gonna pick up some crap. It's not necessarily crap. Like, other people could probably use some of the stuff for bases, but for me, I was looking for specific things. Not too helpful. No, 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 no. If this was ancestral, it would be perfect. No, 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 no. Let's get these. Okay, we're just gonna leave that on the ground because that's not useful for anything that we are trying to accomplish concurrently, Dreadknights. Alright, you can vary in quality if learning rare materials. There's a good sip of hydration. We'll do an Undercity run. I don't really have any good offerings, so we're just going to go into it with a regular run. Because, again, this is Eternal Realm, so I'm kind of sharing stuff between various different characters and the resources. I did play Seasonal. I had my Warlock up to Tournament 12. I got bored, then decided I want to play Barbarian again, because I heard Barbarian is pretty good this season. In fact, it's S tier. So I was like, yeah, I want in on some of that action as well. Why wouldn't I? You know? It's like, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to push over this way. We'll open... Oh, that was a big rubber band there. Okay, let's try that again. Let's get this. Sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast these things. We're going to get rid of these guys. Alright, good. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect. So let's keep pushing. Ideally, we want to get more time on the counter. So there's a lot of enemies here. You see this icon? That icon basically means that there is enemies that give you a decent amount of time. They also give us some decent orbs. Okay, good. Let's move over this way. Perfect. Let's continue doing that. Nice. Alright, let's get this. Perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Go over here to get more time on the clock. And we're gonna push over this way. Okay, cool. Nope, that's not what I do. That'll cancel the run. Just trying to get to the portal so we could get to the next area. So that was floor 1 of 3. So this is floor 2. Floor 2 has a lot of enemies that we can get some spears to. Oh, that's good. Let me summon an Urquell Ancient while we're at it, just to make it a little bit easier on all of us here. Okay. It's a decent rotation coming up again. Let's get that. Probably summon another one. Okay, not bad. We got one. Why did it switch to Whirlwind? Fascinating. Not too familiar with the mechanics. I guess maybe it depends on whatever you casted. Good. As long as we have the Cold Ancients, we're fine. Let's get rid of these enemies here. We'll kite them to see if we can get some spears. It doesn't really matter because obviously look at the amount of time that we have on the clock. And this is Torment 7 difficulty. We'll bump it up a bit more in a bit. Again, because I'm trying to do fast, efficient farming, so I want to do a lot of war plans, and the best way to do is as fast as possible, as opposed to as hard as possible. Hard as possible will give more loot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's efficient for what we're trying to accomplish. Let's go over this way. Grab this. Sweet. Take care of these things as well. Nice, nice, nice. Good rotation. Perfect. Summon another enemy there. We're good to go. Alright, let's go through here. And we'll get to the next area. Perfect. Let's continue to kill these enemies. I'm not going to do the event part because that's just kind of a waste of time. It does give me more experience points, but it's not like beneficial to what we're trying to accomplish Dread Knight, so that's why I'm not doing it in that particular rotation. What does everybody have it for dinner today? I'm probably going to either make a sandwich or I have some like chicken fries from a supermarket by the name of Little. It's probably something that not too many people have heard of, unless you're like in one of the particular neck of the woods that has it. And I've been doing a lot of shopping there because they have like cheaper milk and stuff, and whenever you can save a buck, particularly with grocery shopping in this economy, you always try to do it. Okay, good. Nice. Take this out. Do I even need to do this? No, I don't. We already got the Undersea run done. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna ignore the rest of these enemies, even though it's like experience points, and go fight the boss. Take them out pretty quick. The good thing is, like, since now we have the Talisman, the full 5 set, like, we're really, really powerful as a Barbarian. We could push difficulty levels that even under geared you wouldn't necessarily be able to do it. I will work on our classes too. It's just I haven't had the time. I've been busy with stuff for Psycho Studios, as well as I've just been, you know, doing a lot of stuff for Dead by Daylight at the moment because I was really looking forward to PTB and getting that prepped, as well as working on collabs and then checking out repos. So I really haven't had too much time to play Diablo 4. This is like yesterday where I prepped a little bit so we wouldn't be so far behind in the Greater Rift totals. Was about the most I played was 2 or 3 hours, and then before that, the last time I played Diablo 4 was on stream last Friday. Not too much time. Been doing like a lot of other things. Good. Let's push this here. And nice. Alright, so we're looking around. One. Basically, gift a protection chest here would be ideal. We can find one. It probably won't spawn until we see it. Let's get some cinders here. The good thing is I have modifiers now thanks to the war plans on my Helltide, so I'm able to get like a whole bunch of more spears. Just kind of good overall to the total. Nice. Take this out. Good. Let's get a helm. We'll avoid the rest of these enemies here. Okay, good. Let's push over this one. Sweet. Go over this way as well. Let's get the damn souls. Get some stuff over this way. Good, good, good. Alright, nice. Just joining us. We're playing Diablo 4 Turnaround today. Doing some work plans, upgrading our Whirlwind Barbarian, upgrading glyphs. Pretty much a regular grind session that you would expect. I need a gift of protection. There's one there. How many cinders we have? We have a lot. I'm not actually going to go on the Tiger, even though we have it, just because we have to open 2 of these. So it'd be in our benefit to just be able to get like a whole bunch of cinders. Did this give me anything? It gave me a whole bunch of gold. I mean, it's useful. A couple cinder drops there. I have yet to see a mythic drop in Eternal Realm, which I find surprising. Would have figured we would have seen it by now. Hordes of Hell are growing impatient with me. That's fine. I'll slay as many demons as I need to here. We are the wanderer. We are the hero of this story, not the villain. Okay, good. Is there something mixed in there that's useful? There is not. That is unfortunate. There is a ancestral set armor charm, which I would love to see right now. Why do I have so many of these? I still don't have a 6 slot, which is kind of bothering me. Wait your turn. I'll deal with you right afterward. Let's get the ancestral one, because it could be an upgrade for one of my charms that I have concurrently. So you never know. It is not. That kind of makes me sad. It'd be like that sometimes, shouldn't it? There might be a legendary seal here. I don't know if I dropped that one. We'll figure it out in a minute. Try to see if I have anything that's extras. I don't need any of this. Just drop one of those. See how we can kind of get away with doing stuff of that nature, too? It's better. I need a 6 socket. This game refuses to give me a 6 socket at this point. What are you gonna do, cry about it? Yeah, maybe I am. Pick up some of this stuff. We got an open inner chest here so that we can continue to do war plans. I think it's perfectly fine. Nice. Let's go this way. Let's take care of these enemies here. Pretty easy to deal with them now, turn knights. Let's get rid of these enemies as well. Move over this way. Okay. Can get 75 cinders from this. Nice. Summon a boss because that's again a modifier that I have in this particular health tide. Take care of these guys. They'll give me hopefully something. Sometimes in the past on Torment 7 I have seen mythics drop from them. I'm very surprised that we haven't gotten anything really monumental in terms of loot so far. We do have a tree of whispers though that we can also use, so you never know with that. Check something. Want to make sure we have good audio. We do. You can hear me on mic. Yes, 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 you can. Okay, good. Good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, let's continue, shall we? It's nice and smooth stream, which is always what I particularly like. Alright, let's go. We could claim the reward here, just for the hell of it. But we should go to the blacksmith. And in fact, I don't really like this particular area, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to
the forge is ready for whatever.
Maybe the main base here. How far is the True Whisper thing? Can I get it here pretty easily? Can I jump through that? I can. Okay, great. I don't need helms. I don't need leg guards. I don't really need gem fragments. I could use a ring. Legendary Whispers. What is this going to be? Gem fragments. We don't really need that. Let's go with the rings. Best case scenario, we get the mythic to drop from that, but I doubt it. Well, that was terrible, bros. I don't even know what to say about that. That was just... That was awful. That was just utterly terrible. Okay, there is another Helltide. We have to open one more chest. I thought we were done with those. I guess I picked 2 in a row. Perhaps I did this war plan late last night. So, that's to be expected. Where's the chest, though? It doesn't show until you make it through. Right, let's go this way. We'll use our brilliant powers of deduction to spawn some enemies. Maybe find a chest. Good. Slayer. Are you gonna summon a big dude? You're not. You gotta give me some cinders, though. I always hate that this doesn't stay, so it doesn't tell you, you know. I feel like that happens more in the Eternal realm. I never had that problem in the Caesar realm. Good. Pick that up. Nice. Get rid of that. Open the silent chest just in case it gives something decent. There might have been an ancestral piece of gear there. Not entirely sure. The chest piece, unless it's like a unique version of what I have, is not going to do us too much of a benefit right now. We need a chest. Could open that one? No. If we had more cinders, we would, but we would need to trigger a couple events to increase the threat level a bit. Which we can, in theory, do, because we could do this. I don't even think that technically counts for the objective, but let's do this anyway, because it gives us a lot of cinders. And the good thing is, with the gear that I have, particularly gloves, I can pull in enemies with Whirlwind Barb. It's not a complete wash. Did we step outside of the circle, or were we too good? I wonder there. Alright, let's push through here. Guess we're just gonna go for the air chest at this point. That's the best we can do. If the weaponry... Ideally, a protection one would be nice. Because they're just lower cost ones. Because again, I don't really need weapons from these chests either. But yeah, maybe the next rotation we'll start doing Tournament 8. Because I feel like we're high enough in terms of level. Where we can bump up the difficulty just a bit more. It's hard to do it against the bosses though. So we have to avoid, at least with warp lands at the moment, trying to fight bosses. Just because I don't feel like we're properly geared up just yet. Again, trying to get the ancestral pieces that we need has been a bit of a challenge. Most of the stuff I need drops from bosses. The bosses haven't really given us the loot. You know, as the saying goes, when it comes to Diablo 4, it's about the journey, not so much the destination journeys. Good. Nice. Let's go over here, get rid of this enemy. I guess we'll open the 150 chest since it's already here. And see if we get something decent out of that. Nothing I could use for a better base. We did get some boss trophies. Not that that's going to matter too much. Okay, let's get to the next thing. It's probably either going to be an Undercity run. And if it's not an Undercity run, what it's going to be is like a Karast. So, you know, we'll do the best that we can. Okay, good. That's in a bad spot here. Attack here. Good. Okay, this is a nightmare dungeon. It looks like this is free a couple prisoners. There's the Herodic Gateway. We'll do it again for the sake of argument. Plus it gives us a decent amount of experience points that we wouldn't necessarily get somewhere else. Let's do it again. We didn't do necessarily a bad chance the last time, or a bad attempt. Let's do this. Can take one more. Okay, let's get that too. And away we go. Hopefully we'll get some decent loot out of this. So what is everybody up to this week? I have a lot of pre-planning to do. Okay, let's get to the next atonement area, which I believe is this one. I like the fact that when you move close to it, it automatically kind of like resonates so that you can kind of do it. Okay. That one is done, it looks like. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Summon a Call of the Ancient while we're at it. Okay, good. I think these are important for the front level. I never really understand this mechanic because it was introduced in a season, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Let's get rid of that. Our atonement level. It's kind of like Undercity, but less fun to do. And I don't really like Undercity to begin with. There's some people who swear by it. For me, it's just like, eh. It's an endgame activity, but I don't feel like it's super meaningful to me, at least. But again, what do I know? I'm just an anime boy on the internet. Nothing significant in terms of the loot. Okay, so there's one that got activated way back there, but I'm probably not going to be able to make it back there in enough time. Yeah. So it reactivated, but it's too late. Almost got to front level 5. This boss is going to die very quickly. You would hope that killing that would have just pushed it over the extra level, but not to be the case here. We have an ancestral charm. Let's pick that one up. I need a legendary seal that doesn't suck, that has 6 sockets on it. And we're still not getting them. So I think we're gonna have to put the difficulty up just a little bit more. Which is fine, we can get away with it. None of these are 6 socket ones. And they drop like candy on the freaking seasonal realm, but this time around, it's not in the cards. Get rid of some of these rings. Get rid of some of this stuff. I don't really need it, but it'll power up aspects when we start swapping gear out. That's why I'm doing that. Alright, let's move this way. So I'm gonna attack a couple times here if I can. Nice. Cast our shouts. The reason we cast our shouts. We give us fury. Have to save these particular prisoners here. They should be scattered throughout the map. Should be relatively easy to save them. The one thing is at least they rework stuff like that. Was that the butcher? If that was the butcher, he just died fairly quickly. He even gets to say fresh meat. Haha. Take care. Take that. Let's take care of these guys. We'll go up here, northwest. Nice. Prisoner remains. We have saved them. Because that's what heroes do. So here, push this way. Got caught on that wall. Save the last prisoner. Should probably be a boss fight coming up. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's over this way. So I don't think we've done that. Is it a boss fight? Travel to the Cave of Atonement. Didn't we just come from a Cave of Atonement? Alright, let's pick the stone carving out. Just in case we need it for something. That way we don't have to go back and do it again. Unless we'll carry it with us. I'm gonna try northwest first. Dead end. Okay, good to know. That was not to be the case. Let's keep pushing this one. Just a shout. 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 Shout it all out. Anybody even familiar with that song? Probably not. And that's why we picked up the stone tablet, so we wouldn't have to look for it elsewhere. Alright. And the boss died literally in what, 3 or 4 seconds? Can we not pick up Neverite? It's an axe. We don't really need an axe. Anything good? If it's ancestral, or it's a rune word, I care for it. Everything else, again, not super important. I should really put a loot filter up for that. Okay, we got that. Let's go back to Teriel Talk and we finish that rotation of war plans. Alright, so let's go. We got some orbs, that's perfect. Can't pick up the rest of that stuff, that's unfortunate. Let's get rid of stuff at the blacksmith. Let's pick up a couple of things from here. Nice, nice, nice. Good job. So I think what we're gonna do, get rid of some of this stuff as well. Because really, realistically, I don't need any of those bases at this point. Surprised there's somebody in the Eternal Realm. Wonder if they have the Moo emote, because I've been trying to do the cow level for quite a while, Dread Knights. I just haven't been able to. It'd be kind of cool to like type to them and be like, any Mooers? Just in case. Sorry, I'm nitpicky for OBS, so I like to make sure quality. You know, the one thing is, I feel like streaming quality is way better here on Twitch TV than it is on YouTube. When I stream on YouTube, sometimes I'll have like a lot of issues. Let me type in chat here in a minute. Any Moo emoters? Just for the sake of argument, you never know. That person's Paragon 275. And that person's they're a little bit higher up. Oh, that person's Paragon 300. Cool. Nice. Alright. Guess there aren't. Let's start our war plan then, shall we? Actually, let's bump the difficulty setting up a little bit. Because we're at Torment 7. No, we're actually at Torment 8. Can I do Torment 9? I think I can do it, yeah. Did I unlock Torment 9? Apparently I have Torment 9 unlocked, so let's see if that gives us a little bit more. For science. Let's see if we can do this. Very confident we can. This is like right on par with where we are in terms of power, I think, in theory. We're about to find out if I don't need like a whole bunch of mythics to do this. Decent rotation, but I don't think we killed anything. Need to see if we're damaging the small fries, and then I can kind of give a satisfactory answer. Oh my god, that took a lot of health off me. Alright, let's lock in. Don't panic, even though we're losing. I don't think we're ready just yet. Don't feel like we're ready yet. We might have a problem fighting the boss, because we're doing having trouble fighting the leap axe, that's for sure. I needed to try it for science, because if we could bump it up and be comfy and get better loot, that would have been ideal. Let's go see if I get this pylon over here. Maybe it'll give us something to at least be able to do some of this comfy. In theory. Oh, goodness. Massive amount of enemies here. We need 2 ancients to realistically follow me here to be on the safe side. I think we're in cooked Dragonite. It might not be completely over just yet. We'll just have to see and wait. Okay. Oh, it is over. It is over for Dragonite. So unfortunate, you poor unfortunate soul. I'm going to, most likely here, have to switch back to Torment 8, maybe. I'm gonna actually abandon the pit run, because we can't necessarily do it. I know we can't do it comfortably, it makes no sense, because then it's not very efficient for what we're trying to accomplish concurrently. So we shall do that. There is an ad break coming up. Sometimes I will pause ads for people who are not subscribed. But in this particular game, it is an online game, so I try to avoid not doing that. Again, if it's like a game that I can actually pause, I usually will wait the ad. But I'm going to keep it up for now. It's just because we're on a time crunch for today. If you get what I'm saying. Alright, so let's go do the pit run. We'll do it at 8, because Torment 8 seems like what we basically can handle. So I don't even think, like, Torment 9, the main hub area, we might be able to do comfortably. I could be wrong about that. Alright, let's do that. Okay, good. Take care of that. Nice. Okay, let's continue to push here. Sweet. Good amount of damage. Spin to win, baby. Spin to win. If you're not spinning, you're not winning. I ran out of resource generation there. I'm surprised. Usually I don't burn fruit so quickly. Perhaps that was the consequences of our action, Dragonite. Do this. Nice. Let's do this. Nice. Good amount of damage there as well. Goodbye. Okay. I think I'm gonna just go to the art area because it would make the most feasible sense for what we're doing. Let's continue to spin. That's a lot there as well. Good. To reposition ourselves here. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Some of these enemies too. Good. Reposition again. Good. Keep attacking these guys. We should be comfortable. We should be easy peasy lemon squeezy, as the saying goes. Have to summon our ancient though, because realistically we need a little bit of a buddy here. That was an unnecessary death. I think I walked into an AoE status effect there. 07 to us. That's okay though, sometimes. Sometimes it'd be like that. Good. Nice. I don't know, these guys are super tanky. Why? I haven't done anything different for this build. Gotta really upgrade some of these glyphs a little bit more. You look like that's a death waiting for me with an annoying modifier I don't want to deal with. So we lure them a little bit further away. Come on, call the ancient. There's also a little bit of buffer there. I'm not using Iron Skin on the build just yet because I don't have enough Fury regeneration, so every once in a while I gotta use a bash attack. That's why we're doing that. Alright. We'll take the challenge? Where's the challenge? Without drinking a potion. I don't think we can do that. It's gotta be like 100 very weak enemies, which... in this type of content? Probably not. We'll take the challenge anyway because it increases the amount of rewards at the end. If we can pull it off, that's the keyword there. Big if. It's like a fortify will save me for some of that, as you saw. Okay, good. Continue to work this way. That's fine. Good amount of damage that way. See again, just kind of build it up. Is it the boss? It is, but we probably didn't kill 100 enemies. Oh, this one's annoying, I can tell you. Let's see if I can get away with some of this stuff. Has he got like a minion that's connected to him? How did I die? Excuse me? Eh? How did I die there? Make it make sense. Maybe it was a lag spike that killed me? Looking like it. I'm kind of annoyed by that. Because we had that boss beat. You saw Dread Knights. We had him done. Did build a meter here. And keep an eye on my health. Is he stun locking me? Okay, gotta heal up. I'm gonna move back here a second. Oh my goodness, this guy is hard. What is with the pull? Maybe we have to kill that pull. I don't understand this boss fight. I'm gonna have to kind of reposition here because it feels like a whole bunch of nutting is happening. We haven't had problems with any of these guys before, so. Mana regeneration. Okay. Give us a decent amount. When it stops like that and pushes me away, that's a problem. If you walk into the stream, it kills you? Is that what it is? Aw, jeez Louise, man. I'll try one more time, but this is looking kind of like a wash. Starting to get a little bit triggered by it. Because I don't understand. Make it make sense. The boss fight doesn't make too much sense to me. I haven't fought this thing, really, ever. So, my... You have poison? Is that what's killing me? I think that's what was killing me. There's poison there. I couldn't see it. And this little, you know what, is getting in the way still. Take him out first. And do divide and conquer. It's poison, that's why. I can't really get near him. So I have to play the keep away game. Maybe I could summon an R1. Yeah, it's a keep away game. It's the best I could do is I have to play keep away, which kind of sucks. To be honest with you, with a class that I have to use whirlwinds to kill him. It's like kryptonite right now. Okay, we got him. I was just trying to understand the boss fight itself. I didn't see those poison pools before when we were doing that because there's so many other things going on in the background. Crazy, man. Crazy. But we did it. Alright, that at 51, so it could get its maxed up part. Alright, so we're gonna focus on the Executioner now, because that's our glyph that has to be upgraded. Alright, so that's all our attempts there. Did we never take a war plan? I thought we did. We didn't do a war plan? For real? For real? I'm shocked by that. I thought we had a war plan. Guess we didn't. Alright, cool. Well, let's continue, shall we? Gonna get rid of this. 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 The theory generation, if we could get that on that, would be kind of nice. I don't think it's gonna do that though. But let's try it for science. So now it has Fortify, but it doesn't have Fury regeneration. Focus reroll? Let's try that. Can I not do it on that? Apparently I can't do it on that piece of gear. That's quite surprising. We could get a, you know, better helm out of this. Why not? Tuning prism? I use that. Resource cost reduction, but that wasn't what I wanted. I was trying to get a specific affix. But it's 2 stars now, so it's technically better. And it's technically worse. We kind of, you know, like it's not good. We went through all that trouble and it's still crap. It breaks my heart. Just chunk this stuff. Alright, let's go do another war plan. That's what I'm basically doing all day. To upgrade stuff. Helltide Harvest. Helltide. Pit to Garganor. Helltide. Let's fight the boss at the end of that war plan. Makes the most sense. Alright. Do level 8 again. Hopefully we don't run into the same boss. That boss, like, really put us in our place there, Dread Knights. Alright. Let's focus on this. See, now we're doing a good chunk of damage. Sometimes the pit runs that you do aren't always perfect. Especially when, again, we're still trying to get, like, specific ancestral pieces of gear to drop, which have yet to drop, which has made it a little bit more difficult to go a little bit higher in climbing. But we can upgrade our gems, at least, from doing these pit runs, so... And the higher we get them, then maybe we'll be able to kind of clutch things a bit. But we need, like, an upgrade to our weapon that has to be, like, any type of significant damage increase to that. Because we have 6 weapons, and 2 of our weapons are still, like, from old Diablo 4 Whirlwind Barbarian builds from way back. We're talking, like, season maybe 3 when I played it? Or even season 0, aka the first season. You know, with the campaign, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Get rid of this enemy. Perfect. Nice. Get rid of these enemies. Nice. Avoid those. Nice. Let's go through here. Okay, sweet. So let's go up this way and around. See a couple enemies with an affix. Just get through them very quickly. One good thing about Whirlwind Barbarian is when we have our Fury generation really fully active, we can kind of run roughshod through things, so then it becomes like a speed farm type of build in a way, even though it doesn't look as speedy as some of the other things, like obviously Apocalypse Warlock. Their screen's a little bit better, in my opinion. But again, we're not like super maxed out gear. That's kind of the point today. Play until like 7 o'clock, then I'm gonna go jump on DVD. I have a PTP, I got like footage I need to record for some projects I'm working on in regards to that. Okay. What's the point in this? Is this gonna give me some experience points, or is it just... I don't feel like it's worth it. Oh, that was not the Nightmare Dungeon, dummy. You're in a pit run. So it's like... supposed to just keep killing enemies here to increase the counter. Nice. Goodbye. Let's pick up some of this stuff. Nice. I think what we should do in theory here is we'll go this way. We go up and around. We cannot go up and around. Where is the exit to this? Is it around this way? It is. I don't know which way we're supposed to be going, so it doesn't really matter at this point. What really does matter at this point, too, you know? Okay, let's go here. Some of this. Go through here. Good amount of damage. Pick up these enemies out. Finally got the boss. Killed it at 1 hit this time. Crazy how big of a difference it was from the last time we were playing it. Alright. I got some of this stuff. Alright, so what we're gonna do... increase this first. So that'll be beneficial to have that at level 50. So we'll go to the next war plan thing. I don't think we'll get like to Paragon 250 today because I don't plan to stream too long. Alright. What's the next thing? 2 war tides. Or hell tides, excuse me. Very confident that we'll be able to do that. Let's just go here. Reposition this way. A little bit coffee because the thing is, yesterday for Dead by Daylight stream on YouTube, not Dead by Daylight, excuse me, Friday 13th stream that I did because I was playing Friday 13th the game on YouTube stream. I kind of screamed. It was a little bit too animated. So because it was a little bit too animated, my voice like actually hurts today. I've been coughing a little bit. Like I mentioned before in the past, I kind of had like a brief scare with my vocal cords, or sometimes like if I overdo it, they kind of hurt. And guess what I did yesterday? I kind of overdid it with the vocal cords because I was super animated and stuff, and my throat actually hurts. It also kind of hurts from screaming because yesterday I was watching basketball NBA playoffs, and My New York Knicks are made it to the NBA Finals. They're the Eastern Conference champions. So because they're the Eastern Conference champions, I'm still in Tournament 9, correct? I am. Way higher chance at loot. Even though I'm surprised we were able to kill some of those things. But why? Why aren't any of these ancestral pieces of gear? We could try to reroll for it, but I've never gotten rerolls that have dropped ancestral. But hey, in Tournament 9, if we're not starting to see mythics and ancestrals, that will be a bit of a problem. We'll have to start swinging on things. I do feel like the chances of getting gear is a little bit better in seasonal, obviously, but like I was playing Warlock, I'm kind of tired of playing Warlock at this point. I don't want to do the event quest. It's good experience points, but ideally I just want to do these Hell Tides as fast as we can. Is there an enemy that spawned? Yeah, I was like, there's something spawning there. Alright. Decent-ish. Looking for another chest to open. Maybe I can open this one over here. We'll see. I have to open 4 in total, so ideally I want to get ones that are just like gift of protection, because it's easy to get a whole bunch of stuff for gift of protection. Ancestral helm. Space for that. I'll pick it up. That was kind of risky. I shouldn't have done that play. Because in theory, like, any of those enemies, particularly in Torment 9, could have one-shotted me in the gear that I'm concurrently in. We took a huge gamble there. Paid off. Did it pay off to the point where we'll be fine? I don't know. I don't think I can deal with him at this level. So I'm just gonna ignore him and hopefully won't bar me anymore. Surprised we haven't not seen anybody on the servers at this high of a difficulty too. But then again, a lot of people have already played a lot of like Diablo 4. They're playing on Seasonal Realm right now. Again, once I got like to Tournament 12 with my Warlock, Apocalypse kind of gets boring, even though it's like the best build that you can use, in my personal opinion. So I was like, we've had our fill of that. So if I can open this peacefully, I can't. Okay, fine. Well, they squared up with me, then I'm gonna have to send them to the next world, the afterlife, the underworld, perhaps. Okay, this guy's coming out here. I need another ancient here, maybe. I'm surprised we got away with that. These are Torment 9 bosses. Alright. A lot of gear there. There might be ancestral gloves that are unique, and if it is, and it's the one I need, I am going to be the happiest streamer on the planet right now for Diablo 4. If not, I am going to cry. And if it looks like it's an ancestral piece of gloves, please be the gloves that I need. Let's go, baby! We manifested the gloves! Okay, great, great, great. I would have preferred some Fury regeneration, but it's a better in-slot than what we have. We lose cooldown reduction, but we can fix it up. We can fix it up. We can fix it up. So this is good. Keep that. I wanted to look at the rest of our glue. There might have been something else mixed in there that I could have probably used. Alright, let's get rid of this. I also need an upgrade to, like, my chest piece. We don't need that one anymore. We don't need that. Need that. Realistically speaking, now that we got the ancestral piece, we don't reroll anymore. This is kind of useless. This is kind of useless. This is... Okay, great. Did I drop anything? I did. Let's pick up those gloves, even though it's probably going to be the same gloves like the last time. Notice how the Helltide's not letting me even touch it, and I still have to open more chests. What is this over here? Thank you, whoever that was, for the follow or whatever it was. I do greatly appreciate that. Gloves, ancestral, another pair? Would it be a pair that I actually want? Pick it up. Is it two of the same? That would be hilarious. No, it's that one, which I hate. It's something. Is it something good, Dread Knights? Not really. There's a ring here that might be ancestral. That could be useful. Let's drop... Hey, stop fighting me, enemies! Okay, good. Let's see here... Oh, it's a crappy ring. It tricked me because it had, like, the white silhouette. Twin Strikes we dropped already. Let's get the boss trophy if we can collect it. And we should be fine. Just fine. Easy peasy. We gotta open 2 more gift of protections, correct? I mean, they're the easiest ones to open. That's why we're going for them. Good. Let's kill a couple enemies. Nice, 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 nice. Good rotation there. Okay, let me be careful, because I'm getting a little bit too aggro here. We're on Torment 9. If we can swap out the rest of our pieces of gear to Ancestral, we could probably do up to Torment 10 today. Ideally, we want to be on Torment 12. But we have to kind of fix our gear up just a little bit more. Alright, let's take care of this spear thing. Pillar, whatever you want to call it. Gotta be careful, because there's a lot of AoE, area of effect damage, that's going off concurrently there. Pick that up. Nice. Let's get these tortured souls. Take care of these enemies here. I'm gonna use the horse slash my tie. Oh, never mind. I need to fight this thing. So it's gonna give me enemies that drop like experience orbs as well as like more cinders. Which we need to open these chests anyway. It wasn't the smoothest of damage rotations, but it's fine. Roar! I'm not afraid. Let's grab these guys here. Let's do this here. Gift the boots. Yeah, that's a wow, a whole bunch of anger here. I need to summon an ancient. I need some backup, literally. I'm surprised that we're able to take out the Knights of the Penitent so easily. Any good loot mixed in there? Nothing that's unique. That amulet that's ancestral. Nah, if it has like an icon, I would have taken it. I really gotta get my loot filter set up. Because it's kind of doing me a great disservice right now not using the loot filter. Despite the fact that they put it in the game. I never usually use loot filters to begin with. Oh crap, that could have done a lot of damage to me. Let's take care of these enemies. We're doing war plans for anybody that's like just coming in, watching and vibing. How's your day treating you, wherever you are in the world? Hopefully you're doing pretty well. I'm pretty hyped. I was playing a lot of Dead by Daylight earlier, PTB. I will be playing more Dead by Daylight PTB on stream. I just wanted to practice a little bit more, that's why I didn't do it today. I have a collab that's coming up tomorrow, not on Twitch. I'll be on YouTube for that one, but I'll be back on Twitch on Friday, and we'll play Dead by Daylight PTB, and then hopefully I could get like some people to do custom lobbies with me. That would be ideal. Why isn't this opening? Okay, take out these enemies. We might spawn or manifest something there. Okay. Let me just take out this elite pack in case it drops something nice for us. It did not. All that effort for what? For nothing. For vain. It was in vain. Let's go do the pit run so we can upgrade the glyph a little bit more. Let me check on OBS a second. Oh, you're a bot. That's why you've been filtered. Oh. Possible ban evader. Well, we could just ban them again. Gotta love that on YouTube. I want to click this in case it's something bad. If you saw the bot, hopefully Twitch took care of that ban. I'm gonna just in case. Alright. Damn bots on Twitch. My apologies in case you saw it. I don't think it appeared on chat. Doesn't look like it, which I kind of appreciate that Twitch does that. Let's get back into the game, shall we? Okay. Pardon that interruption. Alright, let's go... Torment 8 again. So we can upgrade the hieroglyph that we need. We also gotta work on our Paragon board, but we need to get more Paragon points, because right now we're obviously getting them super slow. I do have a Call of Ancients, right? Summon a Narwhal here. I will say, I do prefer Twitch in terms of how smooth the streams go here. Because of YouTube's streaming thing sometimes is a bit buggy. I always wonder why, because like, I know my internet's perfectly fine for streaming, because I've done it for so many years. But the one thing I always have kind of disliked about Twitch is also the bots. Like, because they come in and they follow, and then they do all these other things, and you're like, what are you going to do about it? I do appreciate though Twitch now starts to filter it and gave me the heads up that was like a ban evader. Let's take care of these enemies here. Nice. For these enemies here. Okay, gotta remember this is not a nightmare dungeon, this is a pit run, so I can, in theory, just avoid these enemies. Also, by the way, fun fact for anybody who has a Amazon account, if you actually can use every month your Amazon Prime to actually get a gifted sub here to the channel. And if you do it, it actually, you know, goes a long way in getting me a little bit of finances in my pocket. I don't like to beg. I'm not technically begging. That's why I'm part of the affiliate program now, and that's why I'm trying to do a little bit more Twitch streams, because it, you know, helps the streamer out a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like ads, and that's the best way you can support. You could use your Amazon gift sub for the month that you have. If you have Amazon, that is. If you don't, you know, I understand that too. We have some custom emotes. I will be making our custom emotes in the future. But I'm waiting for my model to change a little bit for the live 2D model before I start doing stuff of that nature, shouldn't I? Okay, cool. Let's take care of these enemies. A whole bunch there. Good. Good rotation again. Nice. Let's take care of these enemies just because it's like free damage. And the small fries usually are the ones that help fill the bar a little bit quicker, because the champion packs give you more points. Some of them take just a ridiculously long time to kind of kill them and get rid of them off the screen. Nice for these guys. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get this harder. I think we summoned the boss. We got lucky. 2 times in a row we got a good pylon to go with the boss fight. Gotta love it. Some decent gloves. I forgot to. I have to go back and change my pair of gloves. None of you in chat reminded me that. Shame on you, Trent. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wouldn't shame these guys. That would be rude. Or these 2 for now. Got that. Just in case it could be something useful. We'll also get that. Alright. So let's increase this glyph. Ideally, we want it at 50, and then we'll start then more Whirlwind, more things of that nature. Alright. Let's go back to main camp first. We'll upgrade our gloves. We'll swap out the pair of gloves. Then we'll continue to kind of push and do the next objective, which I think is going to be a boss fight, if I recall correctly. So I feel like we could use that ancestral piece of gloves right now. Also, let's look at some of the early loot that we picked up. 1,000 steps. I don't see that too often, but I'm not going to use ground stomp. This glove is the one that we're going to swap with. This, unfortunately, is no use to me. And I spent resources to make it. Which kind of hurts. Alright, so let's get these gloves upgraded. So what we're going to do is we're going to masterwork it. So, where do I put them? It's this one? No, it's this one. Alright. Let's upgrade it. Okay, sweet. Random affix. Fury regeneration would be nice. Fire damage multiplier. I don't want that. I don't use fire damage on that. 301 strength. I'll take it. I'll take it. Look how much more powerful these gloves are already. What we could do... I would have preferred some physical damage, I will be honest with you, but it's got critical strike. Fire damage multiplier. If I could change that affix, I would. But for now, I don't want to mess really with a weapon. Or gloves, excuse me. It's like very important. Utility. Wouldn't be able to do anything there that's kind of useful. Damage with 2-handing weapons. Damage in general. Critical strike damage, vulnerable, cold, poison, shadow. See, the thing is, like, Whirlwind doesn't do damage anymore in the tempering recipes. They took it off. Let's just give ourselves a little bit more damage increase. What? 33? Okay, good. That's not it. See, now we got, like, a whole bunch of damage on it. I missed the fact that we're not going to have cooldown reduction, because that was kind of useful in the build, but it is a much better pair of gloves than what we have concurrently, so we have to work with best in slots until we get ideal pieces of gear. But we're stronger now. Much, much stronger. So ideally, we need to get a Rage of Hargoth. Ancestral Legendary. Because that will be truly powerful and be ready. Alright. After reaching level 60, yeah, that stuff unlocks. Okay, let's do this, Dread Knights. I'm gonna cast a shout. Let's see if we can take care of some enemies. Well, I have Fury Regeneration plus testing the gloves at the same time. The gloves definitely are helping a bit. That's this guy. I think we might be fine. Just gotta watch out for the area of effect damage. Okay. We didn't botch that, even though I fell like a dingus. Gotta be very careful. The gloves help tremendously. Just gotta be careful that I don't go too aggro. I have a tendency of getting a little too aggro. Okay, good amount of damage. Watch the swing. Get some fortify. Alright, where did he go? We're better and we're worse, if that makes sense to anybody. Shield is being a bit annoying. I'm gonna move back a bit. So he's in an area where he's trying to do a cheap one-hit KO. This is why we need our glyphs a little bit more upgraded. I could have swore we got him there. We got him that time, though. Not super smooth, but the reason we're doing it anyway is because of experience points. And the chance that he dropped something that I needed. It's an ancestral pole arm. Not what I wanted, but you don't always get what you want. Surprisingly, we have still yet to get a seal that's 6 sockets, which is what I need right now. All this time, not a 6-socket seal. Unbelievable. Alright, well, those war plans are done. So now we'll set up another pair of war plans. We'll do those. We'll continue to grind for a bit. Nice. Let's claim these. Okay. Decent. Let's get rid of this junk. And it's ancestral. I could try to roll for it, but I don't think it'll turn into ancestral piece of gear there. But we could then try to maybe get a better slot than that. Let's try it. If we had the resources. It's the major problem too. Yeah, we could do it. Unless it doesn't turn into the piece of gear that we needed. Oh, that was pain. That just broke my heart. We could get more of those resources, that's fine. War plan's pretty maxed out at this point. Let's see, can we do anything there? We can't. Alright. So, this here, what we're gonna do is we're continuing to push here. To add stuff, so then we get critical strike damage, and then we'll probably move down there for the attack speed. I also need to get, like, flawless technique. So that's what we're trying to do, and then we'll go this way. Flawless technique is kind of important for this build. For the total. Alright. I like that rotation, but I don't like doing Infernal Hordes. So I'm gonna reroll it and hope for the best. Helltide. Cleanse Pit, Barshan, boss fight, or we'll do Undercity, and then we'll do another Helltide. That's the best of the worst. I could fight those bosses, but again, like, fighting the bosses still not super geared for Torment 9, but we are for, like, regular fights. I think it's just more ideal that we do it this way. And we can continue to gain, like, Paragon. Is this a protection over there, or jewelry? I want to gift a protection before I... Or tortured gift of protection. So I can kind of plot my course as to how I'm going to do my damage rotations. Alright, get those cinders. Get those cinders. Okay, cool. and start finding some enemies ahead of time. So that when we actually get to the chest, we can open it. Make the most sense. These gloves are doing a lot of damage. Gotta love it. Good. Let's do this. Reposition ourselves there. Nice. Alright. Let's continue to push this way. Only 24. I was hoping we were gonna have a threat level already. We're about to get one. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to really manifest a whole lot of cinders. See how the gauge on the top right corner? It's filling a little bit, like a little bit. The more enemies we kill, the more the threat level increases. Okay, that I can work with because those are maggots. That's because of the modifier, and then it's summoned a harbinger. Okay, good. Might not look like that was important or helpful, but look at how many cinders we got from that. So now we can open a couple of chests. Fast and efficiency, that's what it's about. I don't know if that was a 151 chest. 75, okay, great. It's gonna summon a boss dude. There's like decent pairs of boots mixed in with that. I'll move back here a second. I love how we can kill a 9 boss that's not a lair boss pretty easily, but we can't take out the earlier bosses as comfortably as that, which means we have to kind of continue to work on that, which is fine, you know. It's Diablo 4. It's about the journey, not the destination. Always say it. Okay, good. Let's take care of this. Alright, good. Let's take care of this. I kind of just want this white piece of gear. I can't take that out. So it would be smart to do the saying, he who lives to fight another day. And go find a chest. As opposed to losing all those cinders right now. I don't think it would be wise. And then it's like an inefficient run for the Hell Tide. Now, this is a chest for 75 too. That could have... It worked out way better than I was expecting it to, because I thought that was going to be like 150. Or ring with 2... Okay, well, we maybe could use that for a base depending on what the affixes are. Let's open this now. Okay, good. Avoid this here. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Get rid of him. Give me good loot, please. Oh, the boots are ancestral, but they're not like anything that's of good value. Let's go to the next war plan, which is the pit runs. So we'll be doing pit runs now, Dread Knights. Now I'll be going until about 7 o'clock on here. Give or take. Had a fun time. Always enjoy playing this. It's like my comfy game. We're gonna continue to do Tournament 8 just so we can upgrade the glyphs, and then when we see that the glyphs can't be upgraded, chances are well we'll start to try to do 9. Again, I don't feel like we can do 9 comfortably just yet, which is why I'm trying to avoid doing it until I know that we're like super geared up. The last time we did 9, we didn't have those pair of gloves, so we can kind of probably start just in the waters if we need to. There are a lot of these enemies, because we definitely feel a lot stronger at 8 right now. I said that before, and then look what happened. Why is Dread getting these? These are crafting material, which can be pretty helpful. You never know. What was the challenge? Oh, no, it wasn't a challenge. It's just the material. I'm dumb, though. Take care of these bats. Take care of this stuff. Fast and efficiency. Good. Nice. Good. Nice. Nice. Move over this way just a tad bit. Good. Take them out. Good. Reposition. I feel like maybe going in that corner wasn't necessarily the wisest of ideas. We'll make do with it. Good. Nice. Take care of this guy. Good. Let's push this way. Anybody been watching some interesting streams lately? I've been watching a lot of art streams, because I like to watch like VTuber art streams. I didn't mention this before, because there's something chill about it. And me, who doesn't know anything about art, has been kind of learning a little bit now. I give it up to people who are artists that actually can draw and stuff, because I think that's like an incredible gift to have, if you can. I knew somebody a while back that was pretty good at art themselves. They don't really do art streams though. I think they've done it like one time on their channel, and then they never did it again. I always kind of hoped they would, but I don't know. They're kind of weird in terms of like the content that they're doing now. I don't really understand. It's like some of the content is like completely a big deviation from what they used to do. And I don't feel like personally it's working for their channel, but you know, some people could say that about the stuff that I'm doing with my channel. But I'd like to see them kind of get back to like some interesting form, because I feel like some of the stuff that they're doing right now is a little bit boring in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't feel like it's interesting, but you know, some people could argue that what I'm doing concurrently right now with this particular run is not like interesting to people, so you know. The other thing too is they don't really like stream a lot. But I'm hoping that's the piece of gear that we need, because it's a ancestral piece of chest piece, so I'm hoping it's that, but ancestral. It would make me elated to get everything I need to drop. Please be the one that I need. It's razor plate. That makes me so sad. But we're getting ancestral pieces of gear to drop frequently. That ring is terrible. Maybe I could re-roll it. Those boots are worse than what I have. Both of these boots are worse than what I have. How's that possible? This hurt my soul right there. Alright, so we have one of those. So we have 3. We can re-roll, but I don't think you get an ancestral piece of gear from that. Aw, could be wrong. Let's upgrade our glyphs like I said we were going to do. Want this at 50 by the end of it. Maybe potentially we can do 9. In terms of the pit run itself now. You never know. Thank you for the random likes on TikTok. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Baker TV, for the like on Twitter. Thank you, Elite, also for the like on Twitter. Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
It is done.
Alright. One-handed weapons. I can't pick it up yet, so I gotta get rid of some of the gear. We'll also re-roll the 3 uniques, hopefully get something a little bit better. But I am not like super optimistic about that. Is this better than the mace I have? Maybe. We might be able to use that for a better base. Alright. So we're gonna put these 3 in the cube to re-roll them. I have never gotten something to upgrade to an ancestral doing this, but maybe in Torment 9 we might get lucky. So let's do it for science. Nope, it stays unique, and it actually has worse item power. How is that possible? Make it make sense. It's actually worse. Okay, so much for that idea. The 3rd blade. I need a ancestral of the magnum opus. I haven't been able to get it to drop or spawn either, which has been a bit of a nuisance. I'm gonna get rid of some of the stuff. I'm keeping that because I could use it for a wizard. See, this ring is better in strength and crit strike, resource cost reduction, but you notice how that still is better in terms of stats? So we'll hold on to that, maybe use it later on for a different one. The gloves, we're never going to use that. This ring is, again, maybe if we roll it, it might look better when we upgrade it to a legendary. So we have enough of these, we can do it. If it stays the same stats, it's kind of crap. Same stats, kind of crap. Just got a unique affix on it. Not actually a unique from a unique piece of gear, keep that in mind. Just saying that it's different. Just junk it. Alright, let's start doing those pit runs, shall we, Dread Knights? Alright, so for science, let's try 9 now that I think we should be comfortable in this gear with the gloves, because the gloves gave us a whole bunch more damage. Items do not tempering before. Yeah, there's an automatic difference. The only thing that might be concerning is the boss. But we will give it our all, like we always do here on the channel. It's somewhat comfortable-ish. Do I have an ancient? I don't. Too much AoE, so I'm going to ignore the champion packs for now. I don't know if we're stronger. If maybe it's a placebo effect. These things are very tanky. This thing over here in particular, the scorpion, is being a bit of a nuisance. Let's do that to avoid there. It's better. Definitely the champion packs though. Still kind of hard to deal with, but again, we're not in fully maxed out gear just yet. So it's gonna be a little bit slower in the pit runs. Which I'm still kind of surprised. Better constantly rebuff our shouts too. I don't like those particular champion packs that have like a soul link to each other. It's usually those things are like one shot if they get way too close. Speaking of getting way too close, I think we can do this though. I have faith. Take care of this enemy. Good. I think that's a dead end. It is. If it's a dead end, why did I go that way? I don't know, Dread. I miscalculated, I guess you could say. Nice. Let's keep here. Good. I'll pull those enemies in. It's always kind of scary, but at least since they're pulled in, they're not doing some of the nonsense. The AoE is all, like, subjected to one spot. It only pulls in every so often. That's my... You know, I feel like we shouldn't have taken that death there. That feels like that was a cheap synthetic death there. It'd be like that. Diablo 4 sometimes pulls a lot of tomfoolery on you. It'd be like that. The problem is we gotta traverse all the way back there, and I have, like, no mana regeneration going on. I'm getting the biggest issue with the build at the moment. Having the mana regeneration. I'm just gonna go to the next area. Okay, now we got it. Because I feel like we're running into a spot that is going to leave us generally uncomfortable. Good. We need like a whole bunch more small fries and try to avoid like champion packs for now, and then hope that we do enough damage to the boss. I also have to re-upgrade the bludgeon weapon. See the problem there? I can't get near any of this stuff. I have to hopefully they like lead them to me. So we're gonna ignore the small fries again, or not the small fries, the champion pack. This is one of the times where we need the little guys. We don't care about the big ones, even though they would probably drop some better gear, just so we can... I think we're still stuck doing Tournament 8 in the pit runs, which doesn't make sense if we could clear Tournament 9 content, though. Make it make sense. I know they have like extra item powers and stuff, but you know, math isn't mathing. My Steiner math isn't working. Okay, good. We're able to kite them there. Take care of these enemies. That guy popped, but he had poison on him too, which would have been scary. Let's push over this one. Don't know if this is a good idea. Actually, it was an amazing idea. There's not too many enemies to go off of here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna push over this way. And that be it. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this way. So I think northwestward would be the most ideal play here. Good. Nice. Nice. Decent. There's the boss, but you see the problem? These little guys are... gotta get rid of them. They're just causing problems for the fight itself. Oh, jeez Louise, man. Go do something. Alright. Gotta be careful. Why is there... What happened to the last call to Ancient? Okay. Oh my goodness. I took a big hit there. I need the potion. Still in a comfortable spot, but a lot of these now are just doing like super cheap tactics. Look at me having to use some of that. Trying to keep my eye on my health too, because if it drops a certain percentage and we don't get like another spear or orb, I'll try to get that there. I moved back for a second, trust the process. So I'm trying to regenerate the potion. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it worked out in our favor. Why? Because we were able to get the spin to win ancient right there. But that was tough. I don't know why I died. There wasn't any... Oh, there's the blood of AoE. Okay. Kind of makes sense there. Then I can't really contest the results there, Dread Knights. Hearing noise in the background, please pardon. I live in a noisy city. From time to time, you will hear emergency service providers pass by. It's a busy metropolis. Alright. Let's go back to leveling Twister. So we could increase the damage of that, because that's our main damage source. At an hour and 31 minutes already. Surprising time goes by. Alright, let's get this. I don't want to do that. We'll just do a regular thing. It's like whatever. We're just doing it for speed. Go to Karas Undercity. Players and enemies are healthy when they're above 80% life and injured. Need a shout. Okay. Decent shout. Why am I being... Can I not kill these things fast? Should be able to, too. I don't have, like, extra power rolls in them, right? No. Alright. We're gonna play this more cautious than what we're doing in the level 8 ones. I feel like we take a little longer here, which is not necessarily ideal. Give me the attunement thing. Come on. There we go. That was a bunch of affixes there that could have wrecked my booty had I not been careful. Good. Decent. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's push over this way. Let's get this. Reason I'm doing this, it is a torch. It will potentially give me stuff on that timer too, because I can push over here. It's like, it made sense to go this way. Alright, good. Let's go over here. Over here, that's fine. Nice. Go over here. Then we'll go around and take care of those enemies. Let's go with Spirit Beacon. I think we're pretty much good to go. We didn't lose too much time in that first level, which is kind of nice. Sometimes it's really about, like, if you don't have a good run. Like, I don't care for Undercity, again. It's, like, my least favorite mechanic in the game. Because, like, if you don't have one of those mythic drops, you don't get anything worthwhile in doing these. And then, because they're tied to the war plan. Like, I would love to be able to, like, take a certain endgame activity out of the war plans. Just so I wouldn't have to do things that I generally don't like. Okay, we have the rerolls, but that's, like, not enough, in my opinion. And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have that, right? Good. Let's do this. Sweet. Good. Goodbye. Decent-ish. We have 300 on the clock. But our level of things that we've done is not enough. We need to find, like, a big torch area. That would be ideal for this run. A big enemy here. Okay, we got that. So there is a big torch. It's all the way north quadrant. So let's ignore some of these lower enemies, and we'll just continue to push there. Alright, we got to rank 2. That's nice. Ideally, we need to get to rank 3. I hate that this particular layout made us going kind of like in a U shape. If you saw that. Maybe technically more like a W. But we are going to get a W for this particular session. I'm happy that we got the gloves, because like the gloves are really, like, super important anyway. So us getting at least one piece of the gear on stream is monumental, significant. Fantastic. Go away. Another guy. Okay, got it. Took a little bit longer than I was hoping it would there. So now what we'll do is we'll just kind of push this way. Good. I want to get this done quickly. We can take care of the captains. We should be good. Nice. Picked up a couple of those. We have enough here that we can get a time. Nice. We're about to make level 4 if those enemies aren't stingy with their orbs. They weren't stingy with their orbs. So we got our level 4. Unfortunately, we don't have really anything that we can put in there, because we didn't get any decent drops in a while on our Whirlwind Barb. There's only one thing, it was like for extra materials, it's not necessarily good. Let's take care of these guys. Good. Like, I really need one of those mythic ones and then bump it back down to like Torment 4. And hope like we get a good mythic to drop. It'd be like ideal. Because I need a Hair of Perdition for this particular build. Starless Skies would be kind of nice too. But you know, in Dungeon Crawlers, you have to wait on the loot. Aw. It's not what I wanted to do. That might have helped though. Nothing of significant value is going to drop from this because we didn't put any offerings whatsoever. See? Nothing of significant value. I'll pick up the chest piece just for the affix. We'll go back into Helltides. It's 6:26 my time. So we should be able to clear out that objective. If we start our war plan, we should probably avoid trying to do Helltide. Just because by the next time we do it, it'll be at the end of the hour, which ideally we're not going to do more after that. Let's look for a gift of protection. 59? Okay, good. 59 is the amount of cinders I had left from the last Helltide run that we were doing in this area, so we can open that particular chest fairly easily. I'm not going to ride the horse just in case like more enemies pop up, because if they pop up I can get more cinders, so I can do this maybe in like one really quick fast rotation. Again, about speed and efficiency. In theory, pull these enemies in. I was hoping we were going to get our fret level there. Most people would not like to see the fret levels. I do, because it increases the amount of orbs and spears I get too. Okay, this is a unique way of doing it. I like it though. Gotta be careful again. There's ancestral gloves again. They really like giving me ancestral gloves that are uniques, but they don't like giving me... Oh, that font. Looks like it was another one of the same thing. Did I pick it up? I didn't pick that up? Okay, fine. Where's the next gift of protection? Okay, so we'll go to that one. Again, all about speed and efficiency. I will eventually make a guide for this, as well as like our Diablo 4 builds on YouTube. The reason I haven't done it recently is I just don't have as much time to grind as I used to do for the Diablo 3 videos. So it takes a while, and because the season was one of the seasons where everything we went in kind of blind, and Paragon levels changed, and extra 10 levels to grind up, I just haven't had the time to sit down and play as much as I'd like to. I have like other commitments to other games and other things in IRL too, so you know. We'll get them out to you on the YouTube channel, I promise that, when we can. I don't know when that's going to be necessarily. A return tutorial. We did start a little bit early too, so my apologies, because I know some people probably wanted, but I wanted to jump into things a little quicker. Because I have to prep content day by day. Like, I gotta play like a lot of Jason Killer tonight. I can kind of get accustomed. It was Ancestral Disc. That's what tricked us and looked like it was a unique. Because I had been mixed in with this type of stuff, so I made it look like that. Haha, joke's on me. That's... Oh no, we did get another one of these. I don't need these. These have no value. Somebody else out there probably needs it for a build. Not Dread. Alright. That's not what I want to do. Get rid of these. How many obols we have? Can we barter? We can.
Care for a game of chance?
Trying to see if I could get a normal ancestral sword. So maybe I could roll for one of the weapons I need to get, like, upgraded to. May the odds be in our favor, Dread Knights.
No. Hey, it's... Oh, sorry.
Because it's got to be ancestral. It's got to be gray. And it's got to be down. No ancestral. Not even gray. This is one time where I kind of want to see grays, ironically. Alright, let's get rid of this stuff here. I appreciate that they moved the boxes the way they did. Alright, let's go. Roll some more of them.
Yeah, not too bad.
None again. Oh, so unfortunate, Dreadmates. That would be great for another build. We can actually upgrade that. And give us a little bit more damage output there, I think. We'll do that. Alright. Let me look at this piece of gear again. It's less weapon damage. Damage per hit is more. Maximum life. We don't have any strength though, but I guess strength wouldn't be on that. I don't know if I like this sword. It's better and it's worse. I don't like this sword. I'm not gonna swap. Let's look at this though. See if we can upgrade it to legendary. See if it gives us like anything juicy in regards to details. Transmute it. I didn't even borrow look, did I? It's plus 10 Fury on kill, life on kill, damage we put on the 34 weapon damage. It's better weapon damage. Resource cost reduction too. That could be pretty useful. I think it's a better base than what we have concurrently. Before I get like too crazy though, let's check in material and see if it doesn't drop something that could be also useful too. I don't know where it is. I'm picking this crap up. I know I say that just because I want to see what that charm is, because again I'm trying to upgrade my charms. We still haven't gotten a level 6 of this, which is just disturbing, where I can put in one of the things that I have here, which is kind of borrowing too. Bloodletter, no, I need something that's got like a duplicate. None of this stuff is duplicate. Maybe up here? I'm trying to save them because I don't have like extra slots. Let's get rid of these. So I'm not going to use them for this build, right? Alright. Let's go to the occultist here. Because we have to change the weapon. We have to give it 2 sockets. Each point of fury, that's not it. Overpower charges your bludgeon weapon. I believe that's it. Let's see if I'm correct. No, wow, overpowered. Which I don't think I did I? Double check. It's not it. Well, you have overpowered charges, 110. Oh, okay, it is the right one. But we do have to put sockets into the jewel. Give us a little bit extra damage. Let's unsocket these so I have them already. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a socket to this one so I can put the sockets in. We also have to do something else too, so please be patient with me. Trust the process, as the saying goes. Because I also have to use one of the manuals on it. Let me double check. What was it that I used on here? 54 damage. I just went for straight up damage, which I think is probably the best way to do that. So this here. This is the better weapon, correct? Did I just resock it to something? I think I did. Did I? I did. I always do that. Because I get mixed up with the weapons. I'm trying to go, like, so quick sometimes. It's fine. Let's get offensive here. Just going straight up damage. I need, like, high 50s would be nice. I'm gonna use a reroll. 75 damage, I'll take that. That's way harder than I was expecting it to be. Thank you, reroll. Saved my buns there. The only thing is, like, on Seasonal Realm, you don't have, like, a lot of those resources. I've done it, though, on Seasonal Realm, too. Alright. Let's socket the correct weapon this time, Dread Knights, and not be, like, a total bot there. We got a Tamarind Word. When did we get that? I think I got that maybe potentially off a stream the other night. When I was just, like, grinding. I would really like a chest piecemeal that would be an ancestral legendary before we end stream. I don't think that is going to be possible though at this point. Nightmare Dungeon. Cleanse the pit. Cleanse the pit. Nightmare Dungeon. Hold that. Nightmare Dungeon so I can get to this one because it's better. That'll be the final rotation that we do for today, I believe. This will probably take us towards the end of the stream. I did have a fun time playing Diablo 4, always do. Tomorrow I'm going to be having a collab with Zenitis RP. Or Zentis RP, I believe is how you pronounce it. So definitely be on lookout for that. I'm not doing it on Twitch, I'm doing it on YouTube, where a lot of my core audience still remains, so keep that in mind. That'll be a YouTube exclusive stream. Then Thursday, Dead by Daylight PTB on YouTube, and then Friday, Dead by Daylight PTB on Twitch here. That's pretty much the way that I'm gonna go with that. Sweet. This enemy is so tanky. Again, Torment 9, not exactly easy content in any stretch of the word, Dread Knights. Good. Let's take care of these enemies. Good. Get the stone carving. Good. Shout. That did a freak ton of damage. Take care of these guys. Good. No, I'm sorry. As much as I'd like to help you right now, I'm trying to speed through the objective here. I always hate these too, because it's like, explore the area. But it never tells you exactly where you should be going, and it feels like you're always just running around aimlessly trying to find the spot that you have to go to. I'm assuming if there's this here, it's probably somewhere around here. I think you just fight like the boss. I hope this isn't going to lead me to an event area as opposed to the destination that I seek. Okay, that was good. Got a rune word for our trouble. Mace, that's probably not a better upgrade than what I have, so I'm gonna ignore it. Nothing there, but there is something that we could do in the top area, so maybe potentially we should just focus on that. Good. Let's take care of this as well. It's decent. Gloves, I don't have to worry about that. I have the gloves that I need. Maybe up this way? Still trying to figure out why the hell I'm holding this stone thing. But maybe it was to activate a door, but I'm not so sure anymore. Sorry that I'm ignoring the NPCs too, but because again, just trying to get this done in a fast and efficient manner. Grab those spheres, get that. Nice, nice, nice. Good job. My throat is killing me right now. All that screaming yesterday, man. Shouldn't have done all that screaming for Friday the 13th. I gotta do screaming for, like, Dead by Daylight, because you can't play that a little bit. And so it's like, we play chill game where I can kind of rest my voice for the most part today for Twitch. Is this the enemy I was looking for all this time? I feel like we ran in circles, and we still don't know what this randomly terrible nightmare dungeon is about. It might be up that way. Oh, these enemies tried to get the drop on me. Plus side will have like a whole bunch of ovals. Downside, Yeah, you know. What'd you drop? Okay, I want the rune word. Get out of my way, small fries. I want this, I need it, I deserve it. Crave it. Let's drop these, I don't need them anymore. Early game, yeah. Late game, not so much. Pick up that. Nice. Continue to push this way. I'm assuming it's northward. So it's like the only area we haven't really checked. I'm not going to do that because this is already a long enough dungeon as it is. So it's just to fight a boss. Yeah, I would have not figured that out. I'm just glad that that was a happy accident. Why it's always important to check the map in this game sometimes. Get rid of that. Oh, a lot of stuff, but we got a couple of rune words, but I don't have any space. Another legendary seal that hopefully it's the one that I need. I don't really want to pick up any set charms that are just not going to do anything impactful for our build. This is 40 intelligence. It's furry intelligence, so we're dropping this. Somebody out there's gonna scream at me for that. On this build, you mostly need physical stuff, so that's like not important either at this point. Let's get the money rune. There's so many different runes that are mixed in here. Can't pick them all up too. Okay, there we go. Up some garbage weapons and loot, but that's fine. We'll take it to the blacksmith and break it down. Nothing of value in that one. Rune word I haven't seen though, so maybe it's useful. Okay, let's go do the pit runs. Getting close to the end of the stream. Another 18 minutes, and then I will bid everybody a fond farewell. I'll be back on YouTube. Tomorrow. Collab tomorrow. Did we do the 9 successfully? Let me check. We did. I'm not gonna try to push higher than that, because I feel like our damage output isn't just there yet. But it's giving us chances to upgrade our gems, which is kind of good. It's just a little bit touch and go. Alright. Go here. Oh, that's a lot of damage, bro. Okay, good. I have to be careful. Some of these things have like a lot of AoEs to... Those are like poison AoEs. This is scary. Maggots are scary for this build. If we kill these things, they will literally kill us. My build is not equipped to handle this one. Yeah, we're in trouble, boys. I can't kill any of these enemies without being poisoned to Kingdom Come. We don't have a whole bunch of poison resistance too. So what happens here? I have to rely on the Call of the Ancients, because you see, when I pull them in, it's gonna be a rough one. A very rough one. We'll try our best though. If I still had that piece of gear with extra potions that was like an old legacy piece of gear, would be kind of okay for this. Ideally, what we should probably do is ignore the enemies and just go to the next area where it's not going to be all these maggots, in theory. Because they might... Case in point, look at that. Like, I gotta hope to pull them in, but as you see, so many things that can just, like, 2 or 3 shot us because we don't have a lot of poison resistance in this build, unfortunately, at the moment. Working on it, but it's gonna take a while still. See, this is at least... I stand corrected. I was gonna say that this is at least a little easier, more manageable. I mean, it still is. Again, ideally, we probably shouldn't be doing these, but I need to get the glyphs upgraded. So we have to do a little bit more challenging content than necessarily what our stat boost are suggesting we should do. Like, it's crazy that the game is implying that I should do a harder variation of this just yet, because it's... We're clearing things quick, but we're taking a lot of L's. Even though I am not, like, dying right now. I mean, in the sense of, like, our life points. We're depleting, like, super fast with this. Good. Nice. Grab that pylon. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Decent rotation. Let's go here. Okay, decent. Again, pretty much locked in. Go here. Oh no, that's bad. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it, Dread Knights. I will try my best, though. Oh no. We're in some trouble right now. It's not a wash just yet. We need another, like, call to ancients to be summoned. Sometimes I could get, like, 2 or 3 of them to be summoned, but this, unfortunately, is not the case. I don't think I should miss with the champion pack. I feel like that's just a little bit more fighting off than we could chew. Okay, watch out for that. That's a one-hit death. We're... Me? Oh, I almost got killed there. I'm trying to find out where the exit gate is. That's why I was, like, a little bit perplexed. Alright. Oh, I was gonna go back the our way. That would have been pretty dumb on my part. Good. Summon him as Whirlwinding, which is ideally the one I want to see, because I think he gets the buffs from my Whirlwind too. I hope he does. Good. Yeah, I think he gets the buffs too. For science right now, Dread Knight. Getting a lot of gold. Ironically, in Eternal Realm, since gold is shared, this isn't as beneficial as you would think. The Ancient run out? It looks like it. I'm not gonna summon him just yet. Oh, never mind. I have to summon him. Oh my goodness, are you kidding? Look at that. All of them had AoE effects. That's the one thing that kind of bars me about, like, Diablo 4. Is a lot of the times, like, some of the stuff, as you go higher up in the difficulties, like, that's cheap. Like, realistically, like, I'm just gonna continue to get killed there and not be able to build up any fury. And stuff like that just, like, annoys me. Just because it's like, what can I do? I can't really do too much. Summon him, but he doesn't give me fury. So, okay. Able to turn it around. But again, those cheap guys in the background are trying to one-shot. So I'm trying to avoid them, but the problem is obviously my gloves will pull them in. Oh, thank you. But there's too many enemies to fight the boss here, which is the major concern of mine. Oh, Jesus Christ. We just lost a whole bunch of stuff. Just trying to set up on the boss. Okay. We're good. We're good. It was a rough patch for a bit, but we were able to pull it off. Oh, watch out for the one-hit kill now. See, there's a one-hit kill coming. Thinking it's for overpowered here. Think we can make it. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, there we go. We got him, but it was tough. It was not easy by any stretch of the definition. Got another Sem. I was hoping that we would have gotten an elite, at least, out of that. Alright, level 57 on Twister. The hot spot. I might do for the next pit run a level 8, because we're running close to out of time, but I would like to finish the war plan on stream. Good. So I'll just do a level 8 to go a little bit quicker. And then right after this, I'm going into some Dead by Daylight. I get like a hydration to hydrate a little bit, and then, yeah. Alright. Let's go. Good job, Dread Knights. 8 is a little bit easier, as you see, I can get them done a little bit quicker. And there's still, like, upgrade glyph chances for the R things, which is ideally what I'm focusing on right now. Okay, good. Nice. Let's go from here. Good. Nice. Decent rotation. Good. Can we push this way? Nice, 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 nice. Good. Decent rotation here as well. I wasn't expecting that corner to be a close corner, but it kind of worked out in our benefit anyway. A lot of spiders. They must have called the spider cabin. It's a plague. Okay. It's your rebuff here. Nice. So we have to constantly cast our shouts. They do things like weaken enemies, give us more speed and stuff. At some point, whenever you hear me shout, it's literally. But the main reason I do this is because of the gear that I have. Every time that I cast a shout, I get back Fury. Fury is what allows me to continue to spin, excuse me. Which is the yellow energy bar on the opposite side. That's close to me. I think you can see it. I don't think my model's blocking it. No, it's not. So that's what is basically going on. Whereas you were kind of wondering and a little bit lost in the sauce. Okay, cool. Do this. Nice. Shout. Good. Let's get rid of this stuff. Don't see my Call to Ancient anywhere. It's like a despawn, which I found fascinating. Sometimes I see them follow me. This is one time it's not following me. Does anybody remember what else we were doing in War Plans? I remember it's like 2 pit runs, but I don't recall the last thing. Good. Let's push here. Good. Let's keep over this one. Okay, we got the boss. Nothing of value, one might say. Let's get the upgrade chances. They're at like 90%. That one's at 70. Let's try it. Got it to 60, so that's good. Just, it's a little bit easier, and, you know, like, usually, depending on how much you upgrade the glyphs will depend how further you can push the tournament with the damage output, so all those things, are because this is a Twister build. Whirlwind, it makes more sense to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. It looks like it might be a boss fight in a Nightmare Dungeon. If it's like 2 Nightmare Dungeons or a Purge, Undercity will finish basically stream on time. Slay all the enemies, so I have to kill all of them here. So I should do exactly as I'm told. No enemy left behind here. The one thing that's gonna be scary about that is the elite packs. It's like the elite packs were pretty scary in Nurse content. In Tournament 9. It's kind of crazy how Tournament 9 feels easy when you're doing the overworld stuff. Killed all the enemies there, but then when you're doing it in the pit, it feels definitely more modified. Could be that I have a modifier that made it more difficult, so maybe I have to look at my modifiers and change them around a little bit. It might be more enemies are a little bit stronger in it, perhaps. And that could be like what's circumventing some of the stuff. Go here because it's the butcher. If you were a pit run, I would love to see right now. There's a potential he might drop something unique though. It'll be something good. Well, that was a waste. Butcher, never come back and interfere in a run of mine ever again. Alright. Save the one person. Let's get these gone. We're fine. There's another dude here. We'll be fine with this. This here. Good. I'm not going that way. That would be foolish. Let's pick up the rune word. I have to put rune words in my build too. It's something that I haven't done. There's a lot of things I'm still tweaking. I prefer to do it on stream because this is like the time that I have to stream this game right now. I got so many games I have to play for content and to prep stuff and for videos that I don't have as much time to play the games I really enjoy necessarily. Not that I hate any of the games I'm playing concurrently. Keep that in mind, I enjoy all of them, but would love to be able to do a little bit more Diablo 4, but I just don't have the time to be able to play as much as I'd like to be able to get most of these builds finished. What is this? The 2 bosses? I think I had done that in my settings. Oh, one of you does a lot of poison. You gotta slow your roll. Okay, just gotta deal with the Molten Conjurer. think this was also part of my modifier, but we did it. But it didn't get much better loot. You saw it just gave like more gems. It's a unique chest armor, but it's not ancestral, so it's kind of pointless. We'll grab it anyway. There's an ancestral axe it would look like potentially there. The rest of it is just kind of junk. Let's claim this bonus. Let's claim this bonus. A little extra XP doesn't hurt anybody. Let's investigate the loot before we go. Next thing, the Butcher's Cleaver. Alright, so we did get a Butcher's Cleaver. I still don't have an ancestral version of that, and there's no way in the keep recipe to upgrade it like how our people do it. It makes me sad. So sad, Dread Knights, because I can't do that. Alright. Alright, next thing that we are going to do is the Undercity run, which is basically the last thing I do on stream. We'll collect the warp, and that's it. I have to go play Dead by Daylight now. I'm not going to stream that, because I'm just doing practice sessions. We will do it Friday here. Also, I want to, like, peep out a couple things, too. If I have time. I don't know if I'm going to have time today. Doesn't look like it. And the schedule's a little bit overbooked for the next couple of days. Alright, let's secure these enemies. Good. Nice. I did miss one of those torch things, though, so I'm going to go back to try it. Again, we don't have to be perfect on any of these, because none of the loot that this is dropping is significant. But if we can be perfect, just in case something really does decently drop, despite the fact that I didn't put any of the tuning zones, or whatever they call it, in it, you might as well. Just for sake of argument. That way, on top of that, be consistent. For sure. Good. Nice. I am a little bit concerned about this many one-hit things that can one-shot me. In terms of, like, the monsters having affixes, that's everything's like poison, and the sword that follows you, that's like an automatic death unless you have a lot of health. Resistance. I thought that was something I could pick up because it looked like a tiny little thing. I'm like, am I overlooking something? That was not the case. It's just, I think we're going quicker than the game can catch up with us, which is kind of nice. Alright. Let's get this here. I hate when they're shielded. I definitely think we're stronger thanks to the gloves. So we weren't this strong before. I have to get to level 2. You know, I'm gonna go for the torch burst, and because we gotta make a rotation back anyway. For the timer. Be the wisest thing to do. Oh, that guy hit hard. Okay, so we'll push there. Kill this enemy for more time. That's one of those. I complain as I one-shot them practically, but you know. I thought it was going to be a regular enemy. I don't like to see these type of affixes, but got it. Grab that. I'm trying to see if I can, you know, max out the level too. Good. Get this quickly. Decent rotation. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. Gotta push back real quick. We don't have a... We have 300 on the clock. We can do this, but... This barbarian's following me around, but I don't think he's doing anything to call it ancient. I feel like he's just doing a meat wad now. Do what now? Alright. We're at level 3, both in terms of the attunement. So we'll go here first. Get out of the corners here, take out any potential fretch. That's what it is. Get this. We killed something, so we add more time on the clock. Love to see it. Ideally, we don't need too much time, though. We just need shrines. So that we can just then be done with this particular endgame activity. I will say, like, Whirlwind Barbarian's probably a pretty good build for Undercity runs. I just hate Undercity as a mechanic. Which is a me thing. Okay, we got maxed out rewards. None that even matter. It's just gonna drop crap loot. I've never seen when you don't put any atonement type of stones in it. but it really gives you a whole bunch of value back. Alright. This looks like a mill thingy. If you know, you know. I don't know why the devs make that part of the mini-map for the boss fights look like that. Alright, let's go. Oh, flags, maybe? Doesn't matter, this boss is gonna go down quick. Look how much damage we're doing to it. The actual regular minions were harder than that. Alright, we got it though. See, gloves, it's crap unless you put it in Entombment. But we got a couple of things we can do. We got Tyrael. We can get like a collection of stuff from him. An actual unique ring was mixed in there. Which one is it? Ring of the Ravenous. I can't use that. Not on this build. Ah, feels bad, man. But hey, it's a unique ring that we got out of this, so we did get something actually good loot-wise. It was for the little cachet. Oh, excuse me. But I believe... Oh, excuse me, I'm so tired. But I believe that cachet thing, too, was just... maybe from the Nightmare Dungeon, not even the pit run.
It is done.
Collection of keys, chaos, talismans. See talismans. Oh, I have this still here. I forgot that from the last time, so we can open 2 different things. A legendary seal that I can't pick up. Have I still not got a good legendary seal that's 6 stars? Or 6 charm slots? Like, how is that possible, bros? I'm in Torment 9. You figure I would have one by now. Oh, that's not ancestral, so it doesn't matter to me. What is this? Durable Clothlos. Ancestral, so we'll drop that. Keep that. Let's look at this legendary one. Please be 6. None of these. Cry and scream. Pick those up for the sake of argument. It's garbage. Basura. Open these. Decent amount of stuff. Well, the boss trophies will come in maybe handy. Tyrael, please tell me you got better loot than what they gave. It does. There's boots that are unique mixed in there. There might be a unique sword. Hopefully it's the one I'm looking for. Ring is ancestral with a snow icon. Maybe some decent stuff mixed in there. Not a lot, but some stuff. What is this? But it was unique the way it was shining too. Boots, Hooves of the Mountain God. I have never seen this. I'm gonna hold on to it. Iron Blood. Okay. I can tell this is not the... Oh, it is the sword! But it's not ancestral, but it's a better roll. It's a better roll, but it's worse stats on the thing. Too bad we can't we could re-roll it. So we got at least 2 upgrades for our build today. That's kind of nice. I'll take that as an absolute victory in Tread Knights. I'm gonna use the tuning prison here because I don't really got too much weight to lose. Is it better or do I make it worse? It's much better. The only thing is obviously the increased amount of damage is a little bit less, but what are you gonna do, right? It's still an upgrade. It gives us more damage output, which is what we're trying to do at the moment. So I'm happy about that, at least. Alright. Let's unsocket this. Once I unsocket this and just do the rolls on that. I have space for a diamond? Where's this heresy? Pick this up. Not the diamond. Yeah, actually the diamond here is kind of important. Alright. I'll take that. Because the thing is, originally I had this character at level 100 seasons ago. And what ended up occurring is they changed, like, how the tournament levels worked. In this recent expansion, it's level 70 to be able to... And they changed the gear from that time period when I was doing the Barbarian, so I have to constantly swap now. Alright, only other thing we have to do Does masterwork it? Why can't I masterwork it? Because I Okay, it's fine. That's right, because I did the I should have done it vice versa. It's fine. Oh, it does that too? So just increase it. It's fine. Okay, better for us, I suppose. Probably brick the weapon, as it's called. Which is fine, because it's still a significant upgrade to what we have concurrently. I have a point that I can put into something? That's a surprise. Put it into Ancients. Do I have a point here that I can up? No. Let's see what else we can do. So, Undercity... This is what we don't have. That's why we haven't been able to do anything with the pit run, so we wanted this straight across. What else do we need here? Shrines. Bosses have a chance to revive when slain. Am I trying to get that for a reason? For the escalation sigils? Treasure Goblin. Activate the shrine. Alright, have that. What do these do over here? I'm trying to check everything. I don't know. I think I'm going with this for now. Because maybe it gives you, like, extra loot and stuff. I don't know. We'll play around with that. Not today, though. I do have to get to doing Dead by Daylight. But, plus side, a recap for today's stream. We got a upgrade to our Gore's Devastating Grips. We didn't get an upgrade to Tilbalt's Will or Rage of Hargaroth. Because obviously, you know, there we got an upgrade to our club. We got an upgrade to the unique sword, even though it's not Ancestral Legendary. It was better than the one that we had, which was considered like a legacy version of the weapon from a couple seasons ago. Overall, it was a very good, productive session. We got to Paragon 243. Once you get to like level 200, and particularly like once it's 220-ish, the next like Paragon levels take a very long time. We also, as a community, were able to get the crown, which I think is very, very important too. With that being said, though, that is all the time that I have for today for Diablo 4. Thank you to everybody that hung out. If you came in and out of the stream, I do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that chatted, I suppose, even though that was one that was banned for a reason. Thank you to everybody that watches on VOD here on Twitch TV. Tomorrow, I will be collabing, like I said before, with Zentus RP. I'm going to be collabing over on YouTube. We're going to be playing Repo together, having a fun time. I haven't played I played like Repo 3 or 4 times by myself already at this point, so I kind of know what to do. But he's like a little bit more of a veteran, so I'm looking forward to being able to do that. And so we have a VTuber collab tomorrow. And then from there, I will be back here on Friday. We'll be playing Dead by Daylight here on Friday. Thursday on YouTube, I'll be playing Dead by Daylight. So it's like 2 back-to-back PTBs, right? So we got the PTB that we're going to do on YouTube on Thursday, where we'll play Jason, and then we'll have the PTB on Friday as well here on Twitch, where we'll be playing Jason, and that's how we're basically rocking with this week. It's a lot more horror, a lot less dungeon crawlers, but I did need to get like a dungeon crawler session in here because I want people to like know what the content flow is and exactly what I focus on. We'll play Friend Swap here on Twitch at some point too. That's like definitely something that I plan to do. I just didn't want to necessarily do it today. My throat's kind of bothering me from yesterday screaming with the Friday 13th game, so I definitely need to take a rest now. With that being said, though, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for watching on VOD. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you. And I will see you all tomorrow on YouTube for the Repo collab. Till next time, guys.